Okay, so right now, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I hope you guys can hear this because we are currently testing, and unfortunately, sometimes cellular internet did not 100% cooperate. So bear with me. So I guess we can go live. We can try. So yeah. So hello everybody, and good morning here in Sarawak right now. It's 11:25, 11 a.m. right now, and today as usual, it's this is for today we are going to watch the live of the Soyuz MS-27, the expedition 73 crew that will land back to Earth from months of on the mission on the International Space Station, the ISS. We are going to watch this one as they are going to land in around the Kazakh Steppe, basically a vast desert site, vast how do I say vast desert site in Kazakhstan. So we are going to look at that. But before we go dive into this mission, why not I'll give you a little bit of briefing what's happening around what around the mission itself and what's going on. And I mean, it's not going to be very detailed, but just brief. So I will try show you this one instead because this is more interesting so far. Okay, yeah. So let's see. All right, still not good. Maybe full page. How about this? All right. So um before I'm going to show you the most important side about the undocking stuff, so why not I'll give you a little bit of briefing what's happening, especially because some of you already know that when HTV this is actually, let's just say, sort of like the direct sequel. How do I say? Direct sequel continuation from my previous stream of the HTV-X1, the launch and also docking. Here you can see that at least up until the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft finally undock itself for today around a week after this publication. This is today, before it undocks a week later, aka today, for the Soyuz MS-27. You can see that for the first time in the history of the International Space Station, on which, if I remember around 27 November, with the arrival of the Soyuz MS-28 on 27 November, but before that, also the HTV-X1 actually docked into the space station, and also after the Canadarm basically moved the port of the Cygnus 23 into the Unity Nadir port. Basically, the earth facing, you can see earth facing is basically down here around this, where the HTV-X1, Cygnus 23, Soyuz MS-28, and then undock and Soyuz MS-27. Okay, and also on the left and right side, the left side would be this CRS-33 cargo Dragon, and on the right side, the Progress 93, basically a derivative, how do I say, derivative from the Soyuz man spacecraft. Okay, and then later on this space facing later on, let's just say most of this after the below, left and right, and also the up there, the Progress 92, and also Crew 11 Dragon, main spacecraft, Crew 11 Dragon main spacecraft there. Okay, for the first time, 8 of this spacecraft fully dock on the International Space Station, and basically it finally theoretically pushes the International Space Station, how many maximum of it in its full now. So basically, instead of theoretical, it's happening. So basically on 27 November, when it's finally docked, until today on 9 or 8 December, it's almost 2 weeks. This is it. This is how the International Space Station configuration looks like. As that's basically true up until like 2-3 hours ago, when Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft finally undocked from the International Space Station, and then that's it. And even the NASA space, how do I say, NASA websites here finally also issued the same statement here. So this is what we need to know. And if I remember, this Cygnus spacecraft, it's still dependent on mostly from what I know, it depends on Falcon 9 launches nowadays. Although back in the day it used to be with Atlas, but since the Atlas 401 and also 501 no longer in the flight, and also most of the Atlas flight or Atlas 5 flights already fully booked by the Amazon's Project Kuiper, aka now known as the Amazon Leo. Although I will interchangeably use this term from time to time, but mostly I might refer it to Project Kuiper because it's much more easier to differentiate. And also Boeing Starliner, all of it already booked, but Cygnus spacecraft, from what I know, at some point there will be launch on the new Antares 300 series. Basically, the first stage would be would be powered by, if I remember, 7 or 9 Miranda rocket engines from supplied by the Firefly Aerospace, also the same companies that also produces the Firefly Alpha rocket. So basically, it's like from the Firefly Alpha first stage, it's also will be used on the first stage, basically in the similar fashion on how even Blue Origin also uses their BE4. But the difference is that BE4 first used on the two BE4 rocket engines, basically first used on the ULA's United Launch Alliance's Vulcan Centaur rocket, and then later on Blue Origin finally use it for themselves for the New Glenn rockets. And also upcoming for the New Glenn rocket, other than 7 by 2 rocket engines configuration, basically 7 BE4 first stage rocket engine, and then on the upper stage is the 2 BE3U rocket engines, basically derived from the BE3 PM rockets engine, coming from the New Shepard one. That one is basically highly optimized for the vacuum operation for the ignition. That for this New Glenn, there's also going to be second one that's basically going to be the same, around the same height of the Saturn V rockets, that's also carrying humans to the moon, with the Apollo mission. Most of you will likely know how it will be called. Okay, that one. This one on the new new configuration, it will be 9BE4 rockets engine on the first stage, and then later on the second stage, it will be powered by the 4BE3U instead of 2. Okay, so that's what I know. In the tank on the first stage and also second stage will be stretched up to accommodate for such new variants. So we are going to see. It's basically going to be a bit exciting time, especially because we are going to see the rockets that's also same height as the Saturn V. Okay, I mean, at least the operational orbital side, we are going to see that soon enough. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting time. And also, and also I believe that NASA already start going live with their stuff. But we are going also with this one, where I'm going to show you the Soyuz MS-27 undocking and departure from the International Space Station that carries the three total crew with 2 Roscosmos cosmonauts. That's basically here. Okay, Sergey Ryzhikov, and also Alexey Zubritsky. So if I mispronounce it, I'm apologize. This is what I can do my best. And also one NASA astronaut, which will be Jonny Kim, where we are going to see the landing of it. But first we are going to see the Soyuz MS-27 undocking and departure from the International Space Station. This replay summary provided by the Sign News, So this one from them, the Sign News. So thank you very much for that. We are going to watch a little bit before we hop into the real life itself. So let's go. And also good news is that I can finally go and chat inside the OBS built-in browser. So finally, because it's a bit hard for me to try to do that, but yeah, good news. And let me try go with you with here, I guess. Okay, so let's see, or maybe here. Okay, so let's go, let's watch. So maybe I can give a little bit of explanation. Okay, so this is the mission patch here of the Soyuz MS-27, and this is the 3 astronaut, 3 total crew that will be going back. Okay.
And we have undocking.
Okay, and then afterward there is undocking around the two. If I remember, it's not 2. It's around it's around 2:41 AM UTC time, Universal Time Coordinate. I'm going to use that just for a little bit of
undocking confirmed at 7:41 and 30 seconds PM Central Time.
Okay. And
as Soyuz and the International Space Station flew 262 miles over eastern Mongolia.
Okay.
Let me see. Expedition 73 in the history books. Expedition 74 now officially underway.
Yeah, okay, so I've already adjusted a little bit of my volume. So you can see afterward for quite some times, of course they are traveling a little bit. So this is the time lapse. Okay. Okay. Apologize if you see a little bit of frost screen here, because my laptop is currently a little bit toasty right now. I mean, not toasty in bad way, but let's just say it's like more on the CPU frequency side. It's not really good, but otherwise the laptop is actually good. So when I said toasty, it's not the hot, it's just that frequency doesn't go up. So if you see my VTuber avatar here, it looks a bit struggling, that's why. Okay, so after that it's time lapse. It's going depart further and further from the International Space Station, as they're also crossing from the imaginary safety bubble line there. Basically, there's certain like protocol where can they go. It's like there's level 1, 2, and 3, but in this case it will be reverse. It's like level 3 the nearest, and then level 2 second nearest, medium near, and then later on it's just a bit further but still near to the International Space Station, around up until 500 plus meters, or a bit. How many is it? And after that they can safely go out there. And of course they are doing this in case, let's just say that in case if they have a little bit of problem with their spacecraft and whatnot. So this is this is why they have to depart it a bit slowly, even though they can go fast, because anything can happen in the space program. So that's why. And I can also see maybe it's also better for us to start going live to the NASA space flight here. Yeah, to the NASA space flight. So let's go to the not NASA space flight. I don't know why I'm even talking about here. Oh no, it's slightly a little bit slow, isn't it? But I hope this is okay. Let's try NASA live, because of course there's the life is happening there, because that's what we are. That's the point we're watching right now. Okay, so we are going with the here. Okay, so just give me a little bit of time and patience. Okay, my laptop is not 100% up to the task for now. Probably something if there's interesting changes, I'm going to tell you. So this is the NASA live right now, and we are going to watch this one. Okay, so give me a little bit of time. We should be good. Okay, and I can close the music section here because, well, okay, so let's go to the main life itself.
To begin the process of extracting the crew, placing them on 3 chairs nearby their capsule. It'll be quite cold at the landing site, I suspect, based on
Yeah,
previous
so
activities in
this is
Kazakhstan.
basically what they are going to use for the SAR, the search and recovery vehicles there. They have like four things here. They have,
Those chairs into a nearby inflatable medical tent.
okay,
They
they
have to
have
put
the
so-called
helicopter,
rocketry suits
the plane
into a
itself,
more comfortable
and also
climate.
how
They will be brought to
sorry,
3 awaiting
excuse me,
helicopters, one
and
for each crew member, and flown about 2 hours back from the landing site to the main staging city to the northeast in Karaganda.
okay, so that's that. And yeah, on this procedure, I need. Oh, sorry.
With the undocking of the Soyuz.
Mhm. All right.
The undocking of the Soyuz MS-27 occurred at 7:41 and 30
Okay,
seconds
so this is
a.m.
the
Central
replay
Time,
that
8:41 and 30
we
seconds
actually
p.m.
already
Eastern
watched
Time,
from the
from the Prishal
side
module
news.
on the
Okay,
Earth-facing part
for
of the
the
statement
summary,
of the
but
International
this
Space
one is
Station.
from the NASA.
The
Also,
docking was
shows
accomplished
it.
about
So from
a
this
minute and a half
undocking
after the
procedure,
undocking.
after
The
that,
first of 2 separation burns by the
the
Soyuz thrusters was conducted. First an 8-second burn, followed about a minute and a half later by a 15-second burn that
okay, so there's
accelerated the
actually two
Soyuz
seconds.
separation rate
No,
from the
there's
International
two
Space Station,
instances
ultimately placing it
uh
at a distance of about
of the
41 kilometers away
the
from the station where it currently resides,
departure burn,
as
and
we stand
also
by for the initiation of the deorbit burn just 26.5 minutes from now. Again, the
all right,
undocking occurring at 7:41 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time,
all right,
8:41 and 30 seconds p.m. Eastern Time, as the Soyuz and the International Space Station flew 262 statute miles over eastern Mongolia.
Yeah, so that's what we need to
At the
know.
time of undocking, Expedition 73, the increment 73 on the International Space Station, for which Ryzhikov was
Oh,
commander for most
who,
of its time,
who?
that
The screen
came
doesn't
to an
look
end
good.
officially. And
So I
Expedition
guess we are a
74
little bit of
began. There's the
overdue
crew
for
now
upgrade
aboard the
right now.
station. On the upper left-hand corner, the new station commander, NASA's
Yeah,
Doug Fink,
probably, but
joined in the top row by NASA's Zena Cardman, Kimiya Yui of the Japan Aerospace Exploration
yeah.
Agency, and Oleg Platonov of Roscosmos.
Oh,
The
you can
other
see
four
there.
will be coming
My
back to
mouth
Earth in a
actually
couple of
opens
months
pretty
in the
slow.
SpaceX Dragon vehicle. And on the bottom, the newly arrived Soyuz
Oh,
crew
yeah.
of Soyuz
So
MS-28,
this is what we
Roscosmos's
still see there.
Sergey Sverchkov, NASA's Chris Williams in the center, and Roscosmos's Sergey Mikheyev on the lower right-hand corner. So
All right.
Expedition 74 now formally underway on the International Space Station.
Yeah, it's still underway. Maybe we can go a little bit slightly bigger volume. Okay. All right. So should be good.
25 minutes to burn. Everything is fine on board.
Yeah, should be around 25 minutes or 24 minutes from now. We are going to see the orbit burns that we will see the orbit burn will commence to actually put the spacecraft into the orbit burn, and for the most part on the crew capsule, it's obviously the crew capsule. If you see the on the on if you see from the Soyuz spacecraft spacecraft there on the animation, anything on the bottom there basically indicates the easiest one. You see the on the solar panel. Okay, the solar panel, when you can see it's opening up like a bird. Okay, that one, anything outside of this another one on the left side. If you see on the left side is like the circle, right? There's circle cylindrical stuff there. Is that even right? I'm saying no. It's more like circle there. If you see on the left circle, that one that's inside there is the crew capsule where all of these three crews will be safely landing. That one will safely uh, safely going back to the Earth. While the rest of it, if you see on the bottom letter, on the service module and also the solar panel there, that one will be destructively re-enter back to the Earth, and to finally to finally do its last task. I mean, after the deorbit burn, after that, when it's separate, the service module and also the solar panel, you can see the easiest one there. Uh, that one will finally done its job, and it will be deorbit, it will be burned and whatnot. Oh, okay. So apparently I'm a little bit wrong there. I'm very sorry. It's not the cylindrical. There's actually three sections. Yeah, I was wrong. You can see the orbit and entry there. Yeah, the descent module, the second section on the middle. This is where the crew is actually be there on the on something that I says like a cylindrical on the first section. That one is the orbital module. Yeah, that one is just only for the docking stuff and for the usage in the International Space Station and the service module and whatnot. Service module on the third section there. This one on the first section and the third section would be um, will will be fully burned out on the will be burned fully deorbit and will not be used for the recovery. But on the decent module, that one there on the middle there, that's where the crew three total crews actually there and will be safely landed back to the Earth.
The three crew members will
So
begin to feel the
that's
first
that.
effects of Earth's gravity in over 8 months at that point.
Okay, so I'll be
Just about a
trying
minute and a half after
look
entry
a
into
little
space
bit
is the beginning of the buildup of plasma
if I get this
around the
a bit right,
spacecraft.
because
This is the ionization effect
I don't
But
have a
it is
little bit
essentially
of
a
time.
fireball
Try
with the
looking
heat
there.
shield repelling those high temperatures
Okay,
as it barrels toward the landing site
okay.
in Kazakhstan.
My laptop
That
doesn't fully
plasma
cooperate
regime
on
lasts
at
for
this time, so
5 minutes
very
of
sorry.
duration. We
It's
do expect to
it's
have choppy and
kind of sluggish.
sometimes intermittent communications capability
Yeah,
between the
the
Russian
orbital
flight control
module
team in
and also
Ryzhikov and the
aka
crew on board the Soyuz
instrumentation and also
spacecraft.
propulsion module. Okay, apparently
Because of the
it's not
distance, the
service
geographic
module, it's called
distance
as the
between
propulsion
the
module
Soyuz and the
module
International
with the
Space
solar
Station
panel and
antennas,
whatnot for the
and
power.
ultimately because of the
Okay,
heat buildup
so you
and
can
heat
see you
plasma
you can
buildup
see
around
here.
the spacecraft itself. So if we don't hear from the crew, there's no cause for concern. This is typical, but to be expected, intermittent communications
Yeah,
until the spacecraft exits that plasma regime, which
yeah.
is
So
activated
basically,
for us at about
if we
25
don't hear
degrees
any
over
kind of
against the
crew
crew,
call out and what's
just
on,
prior to the
that's
command to open the
what
parachutes.
he said.
Once
Actually,
the
pretty normal.
vehicle is
Nothing
within
to worry about
the neighborhood of
because
the
it
landing site,
at
the
that point typically it
voice
will
and
goes into
telemetry will be relayed
plasma
through an
into the
airborne
fire hot
MS-27
fiery plasma
spacecraft
region that's
that is
basically
essentially
can
a
cause
fine relay
the
station
radio blackout and
sending
whatnot. I
both
mean in the
data
similar
and
effect a
voice
little
back
bit
to the
on
Russian flight control team inside
how when
Kazakhstan.
solar flare actually reaches on
About it,
reaches to us on
and 20
earth.
minutes to
Usually
escalate
the
burn,
communication would be
and
briefly
5 minutes to
disrupted
transitioning
disrupted and
to
whatnot. So
astronaut schedule.
that's how it
About
works, you know.
Palmore, that's correct.
So there's nothing to worry about. Usually once it's out from the plasma region,
You will
usually
hear
either
Ryzhikov
I
calling out
it's either the crew will reach
duration
out
of the deorbit burn for its 4 minutes and
to the
42
mission
seconds
control, or the
expected
mission control
duration,
will basically
plus the chamber pressure.
tries to ping back
He will be
uh,
encouraged
to
by the
the
Russian
to
flight
the
control team
to the
to
crew
continue the
itself, to the
report on behalf
spacecraft,
of
and
the
they says
crew.
like something could
And
be like,
the vehicle
"Hello,
is
Roger,
prepared
Roger, are you
to
still
make
there?
its way toward
Testing one, two,
entry
what something like
interface
that."
with its
It can be like
guidance
that, and then the crew
on the landing site
will
just
do
4
call
miles
out and says,
southeast
"Hey,
of
we are fine," like
Kazakh.
that. Yeah,
It will begin scheduled at
that's how the
3 and 55 seconds
okay
p.m. Central
near
Time
yeah,
and
how
03
do I
and
even pronounce this?
55
Near
seconds a.m. Eastern Time Tuesday morning.
Dejesh
That will be
Kazgan.
10:23
Okay,
and
near Dejesh
10:03 and 55 seconds
Dis-
a.m.
Dijesh
Kazakhstan time. 3
Kashgan.
hours and
Okay,
6
near
minutes after
Dijesh
sunrise.
Kashgan. This is my best effort to pronounce it. I'm very sorry, but that's how I tried. So sorry if you even hear my chuckle. Uh, I didn't mean that, but you know, it can be a little bit tricky for me to try to pronounce that one. But or maybe it could be pronounced something like Dishes Kasgan. Oh yeah, something like that. Dishes Kasgan. Okay,
In our
okay.
previous
That's
broadcast,
my
we
best
had the
effort. So thank
opportunity
you.
to
So
explain the parachute
if you're from
takeoff
Kazakhstan,
sequence that occurs about
you watch
15
this
minutes
stream.
before
Don't worry,
touchdown.
this is my best
It's
attempt.
probably
Okay,
worthwhile. We
I'll
just
try
take
my
a moment
best.
here
I
to
already tried
repeat
my best
once
here.
again.
Okay,
For
and
the
I need to
Soyuz spacecraft, the
brush out my
parachute deployment
pronunciation next
sequence is
time.
triggered by a barometric
It's
pressure
fine.
sensor at an altitude of 41,000 feet.
Okay.
At this point, the
And this one
parachute
here,
cover is jettisoned
what you
by
see right now,
thrust
this is
controls,
from the
letting out
mission
two
control
extraction chutes.
center around the
Each in
Moscow,
turn
Russia.
has a drogue
This
chute added to
mission control,
allow the
this is
main
what they
chute.
call it as
This all takes about
the
20
Korolev
seconds to
mission
occur.
control, basically named
Then,
after
at an altitude of
the
21,300
Sergey
feet,
or Sergey Korolev.
another barometric pressure
One of
sensor
the
starts the
we
timing
can say the
trigger
one of
to repeat
we can
back
consider
into the
it as
landing
the
sequence. At an
how do I
altitude
say,
of
like the
21,000 feet, the sensor issues a jettison the heat
further
shield to inhibit the entry thrusters and to
of
open
operational
valves to prevent all
orbital rocket
nitrogen
launches, and
peroxide
also
fuel for the engine
further of
thrusters and
Soviet
oxygen in the life support system
uh,
tank.
main main mission.
On previous Soyuz
So that's
missions,
why.
when we've
And
had
also,
the
if you
capability
ever
to send
heard
a white
something like
vapor
the
emanating
Korolev
from the
cross,
Soyuz
that's
spacecraft
also basically named
over
after
which level smoke
him.
tonight
He's
in
actually
the
the,
overcast
how do I
skies of
say,
the
mostly
Urals.
known as the chief
But that white
designer
vapor is a combination of
of
hydrogen
the
peroxide and
R7
oxygen venting into the
R7
air. The
rockets.
purpose of
If
this is to
yeah, for
safely
the
perform the
R7
landing.
rocket,
The
but
Roscosmos emergency recovery
formerly
team
known
did not
as
have
the
its
R7
devices
ballistic
made
missile, because
custom
originally
for
it
the
is
soft
the
landing
ballistic
failures
missile.
fired just a
Even though,
second
if
or
I
two
remember
before
correctly,
touchdown.
Korolev
And
even
the vehicle
even from the first conception, he really wants to make it purely as the orbital rockets, mostly just to launch, mostly for the satellite launches. But you know, Cold War situation, and also afterward, especially between the US and also the Soviet Union. So basically, he has no option but to pitch the idea as not only as the ballistic missile, but also as the orbital rocket launches. That's basically how it leads us to this current present day. And for the most part, a little bit of fun fact. So, Soyuz spacecraft, especially for this main mission iteration, originally that one is actually for um, intended for, yeah. So on the left side is the Jonny Kim, and uh, on the first left side there is the Jonny Kim from NASA. On on the second one is the is the Sergey Ryzhikov, and on the third side, on the right side there, that one on the second side, on the second, on the middle, okay, on this third side is the Alexey Zubritsky, both on the second and also the third, the middle and also the right side is from the Roscosmos. Sorry, are from Roscosmos. Yeah, my grammar is a little bit messy, but I've already corrected myself there. I stand corrected.
Sensor indicator is not lit.
Okay. Okay, this is a little bit of momentary drop frames. Well, it's fine. Not like first time.
You'll need to activate
Okay,
BIOS 2 at
here we go.
06:56, and don't forget to deactivate. Okay, activating the
Okay, so this is a little bit of call out. We are Okay, so this is the mission control from the Johnson Space Center in the Houston, Texas, US, United States. Here, you can see this is it, and this is how the international. This is how the it looks like, and you can see there's a little bit of decoration. There's the Christmas decoration with the Santa hat, and also Christmas, a bit of Christmas tree, and I believe some. Okay, maybe there's. Oh, I have a little bit of expectation there might be some candy bar decoration there. So, it's pretty well known. So so for you guys, especially some out there and also myself that actually that might celebrate that actually celebrates Christmas sooner than later. I can say that here. Happy early Christmas, as the Christmas will follow around 25 December. Yeah, as usual. O- Okay, this is pretty typical. I want to keep continuous. Okay. All right. Nice. All right. Okay, that should be good. So, so happy early Christmas to all of us here that celebrates. But those who don't, well, happy holiday. Just enjoy your stuff too. It is sometimes. Okay. Oh, so apparently there's also light snow that actually reported around that vicinity around that area. So that's good. Maybe maybe time for me to also um update the wallpaper, especially for my thumbnail. I'll try do that. So we'll do that at some point. Okay, at least the time is actually still moving, so I know I don't have to do anything. No action required. So that's that. Yeah. Speaking of which, that what I want to say before that, the Soyuz manned spacecraft originally is actually intended for the moon lunar mission. Especially with the around the time, if had the N1 moon rocket had they succeed to do that, even if they are not number one, maybe. Oh,
that is used from launch to docking.
okay, so I can continue a little bit. Maybe the history could be a little bit of difference. Could be. Yeah. Could be a bit different had such history actually happens. But yeah, at last now so spacecraft just basically mostly being used for the low Earth orbit missions. So the history shows a little bit of a different story after the conclusion of the space race, and also how do I say, and also in general with the host with the, like, yeah, let's just say, like, the space race, uh, in the nutshell, basically already ended when finally NASA able to US and especially NASA able to land the Apollo spacecraft. Uh, Not Apollo spacecraft. It's more like the Eagle module. Yeah, the Eagle man module there finally landed to the moon. So that's the conclusion. And then after the missions, subsequently, there's where the first international space collaboration between US and also Soviet Union at the time actually happens, which happens into culminating into the Apollo Soyuz test program. That's actually one of the predecessor mission that actually leads us into this international space station of the international collaboration and whatnot.
That are always used.
Okay, so you can see there's one truck that will be used for the search and recovery vehicles there, the the ZIL 4906 ATV, and there's also going to be one helicopter, the Mi the Mi-8 HIP there, and also there's going to be two planes there that will be used for the search and recovery missions there.
However, that is, of course, not expected this evening. We expect an on-time arrival of the three crew members at the nominal landing site just to the southeast of the town of
Okay,
Jezkazgan.
Dish Dish Deshkazgan, or Dishes Desh oh yeah, Deshkazgan. Okay, this is how do I try to pronounce it? Okay, this is my best attempt. Finally. And also there's going to be like two Antonov's plan there. I don't have enough time to try to mention these two because the slides going a little bit faster than what I can speak and what I can comprehend so far. But it's okay. It's fine so far. Okay, and pretty good. Okay. Okay, and maybe I would like to do a bit. I would like to make a cup of my own hot chocolate there, hot chocolate drink, because lately it's a pretty, how do I say, it's a rainy season right now, so there's that. so so we'll be we'll be back again soon. So see you guys. We'll be back again. So yeah.
do not respond. Please provide a running commentary. Copy.
Now approaching the 5.5-minute mark until the start of the deorbit burn, and as you just heard, a reminder to Sergey Ryzhikov, the Soyuz commander, to provide running commentary, not just during the deorbit burn. You'll hear him calling off the times and chamber pressure on the Soyuz engine, but also a running commentary of the condition of the vehicle during its descent back in the Earth's atmosphere for as long as communications are available. About 10 seconds after the completion of the deorbit burn, the upper section of the Soyuz, that's the bulbous orbital module section, will be automatically depressurized to vacuum. That sets the stage for the separation of the three sections of the Soyuz that is scheduled at 10:38 and 4 seconds p.m. Central Time, 11:38 and 4 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. On board the International Space Station, the newly comprised Expedition 74 crew, the commander, NASA's Mike Fink, along with NASA crew members Zena Cardman and Chris Williams, Kimiya Yui of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and cosmonauts Sergey Sverchkov, Sergey Mikheyev, and Oleg Platonov of Roscosmos are in their pre-sleep period. They have been following the communications of the departure of their three colleagues, Kim, Ryzhikov, and Zubritsky, following them toward their landing in Kazakhstan that is scheduled at 11:03 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time.
Favore, please provide a running commentary.
Now just 3 minutes away from the start of the deorbit burn. This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just joining us, we're 2 minutes away from the deorbit burn, the retrograde engine firing by the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft to begin the journey home for NASA's Jonny Kim and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey Ryzhikov and Alexey Zubritsky. Everything is in readiness for the start of the burn that will last 4 minutes and 42 seconds in duration. Just 1 minute away now from the deorbit burn and the start of the journey home for Kim, Ryzhikov, and Zubritsky.
The stabilization mode command has been prepped. We're standing by. And we're sending the J3 command. SKD cover.
The Soyuz engine cover has been opened.
Views confirmed.
35 seconds from the start of the burn.
For SKD operation confirmed. Copy. Please monitor it on displays maneuver and control. Copy. On info 1 and
15 seconds till the burn.
And we are standing by for the TIG. TIG activation confirmed.
And the deorbit burn is confirmed and underway.
4.3 in 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Unintelligible 9. Is the delta? 30 seconds.
30 seconds into the burn, everything looks good.
Burn.
This will slow the Soyuz down by 128 meters per second, allowing it ultimately to slip out of orbit.
Consumption is nominal.
One minute now into the 4-minute, 42-second burn.
1 minute into the burn, and
Yeah. So hello everybody, I'm back again, and also looks like we have comment here.
copy.
Yeah. So hello. Hi. This comment said hi from Russia. So hello
90
there.
seconds into the burn, everything looking good.
Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in into this live stream.
Burn is 40.
Okay, and looks like we have the orbit burn actually comments.
0.45.
Okay, that's also a little bit surprised to me because
Continue monitoring.
because apparently they already started, but it's fine. It still continues there. So maybe I can go comment here.
2 minutes.
Okay.
TIG 0.46 is the delta V. 50
All right.
And 130 is for the prop consumption, and the parameters are all nominal.
Okay.
Now halfway through the burn, chamber
All right.
pressure, fuel consumption, all looking good.
Okay, so fuel consumption, everything looking good, pretty nominal so far.
Two minutes.
Okay.
TIG 0.60.
Mm-hmm. Still continuing here.
And parameters are all nominal.
Okay, parameter is nominal. All right.
All right, we past delta V.
Okay, past the delta V, so basically means
About another minute and 42 seconds left.
82
okay, so which means it's the
parameters are all nominal.
so basically the velocity should have already been quite a bit, how do I say, a bit sufficient to go the orbit, but not enough. Still need to go a little bit for 1.5 minutes seconds. After that, the orbit burn will stop, and then that's where finally the
burn.
orbital module and the propulsion module will separate from the descent module, and that's the descent module where the, how do I say, where the all of the three crews being there, that's where we are going to hear where we are also going to see to hear a little bit about the crew landing there, here and there, and also especially the re-entry re-entry.
This is the Delta V.
We're going to see the re-entry
Right,
soon
this is the
there.
prop consumption. All parameters are nominal.
4 minutes 20 seconds into the burn.
Okay, 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the burn. Wow, that's a little bit longer than what I expect. So which means it's already be like there while I'm making my hot
Standing by for
chocolate
continuation of the burn.
hot chocolate
We're
cup
standing
there.
by for the
Hmm.
main engine.
I mean,
cutoff
fortunately, I
command
have one there.
in 10 seconds.
Okay.
Main engine cutoff command.
And we have engine shutdown.
Okay.
Deorbit burn.
Mm,
Off as the
already
boost
already
opens.
engine shut down there.
Change in velocity
So we are going
close.
to see the
So Jonny Kim, Sergey
orbital
Ryzhikov, and Alexey
orbital
Zubritsky
module and also propulsion module
heading
will
home
separate from the
on the steppe of Kazakhstan.
from the descent module there. We're going to see that soon. Okay, fortunately the life is still okay, not really affected, because I see the internet connectivity connectivity there is questionable
The burn will
from
stop
my obvious view here, but
main engine cutoff
it's okay.
on time.
Okay, yeah,
Copy all.
it's off on the time, so that's good. That's the news that we want to hear. Okay, that's pretty normal. As long I can still see the clock already still ticking, then I know the stream is still okay there.
The three sections of the Soyuz vehicle.
Okay, and as you can see from the correlate mission control there, you can see everyone is mostly empty there because, well, most of them already most of them should not really using that much of the crew of the manpower resources here. Most of them should be around the outside of this camera range here, you know, possibly at the back side of the empty uh, front row there is where should the crew manpower being used here around the. Okay, so looks like orbital service and also the propulsion pro, orbital module and also propulsion module already separated from the descent module here, where we are going to see the final. Okay, you can see the manpowers there. They are now finally back on the task. Should be. And here we go.
9 minutes away from the point at which the Soyuz will be right on the edge of choppy communications with the Russian flight control team that you see there in this balcony view from the Russian control center outside of Moscow. The far range of reliable communications is about 128 kilometers.
Okay, so basically sooner than later we will see the mission control center there will be off the range a bit, not because not because it cannot communicate, but because of the what I said there the re-entry, because they are going to this one phase called as the re-entry. Okay, that's where the plasma, where all of this hot plasma will actually disrupt the radio communication. So that's why, yeah, that's why it happens.
Arriving in sequential fashion in a racetrack oval-shaped pattern around the landing site itself, awaiting the arrival of the Soyuz under its large orange and white main parachute.
Okay, so basically like that, when the main parachute actually opens, there's going to be a large orange and white, but also the most important thing you need to know
now indicate that the first of the helicopters are in fact airborne toward the landing site with the nominal completion of the deorbit burn.
Okay, so looks like the first helicopter already deployed.
Overcast skies once we have video from the landing site. Earlier this evening, there were reports of some light snow flurries. The temperature at the landing site, 21 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, apologize, but it's fine. Speed there, and landing site 21 degrees Fahrenheit. How do I even translate this on Celsius? Oh no, maybe it's something like a little bit of negative Celsius, degree Celsius, something like that. That's a bit confusing for me. Yeah, but should be it. We have a little bit of light snow there, light flurry snows, like this commentator says here. And this could be a little bit of boring, so why not I open up the music, right? Yeah, just open the music. It should be good. And yeah, so we need to see
We're about,
it soon.
43 minutes away from our expected landing time of 11:03 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time.
Okay, so 43 minutes
Everything is in
before the
readiness at
landing.
the landing site. The Russian Mi-8 helicopters are airborne, heading for that point, some 91 miles to the southeast of the town of Zhezkazgan. After touchdown, the helicopters will land in sequential fashion and begin the process of approaching the vehicle and extracting the crew, placing them in 3 chairs outside of the capsule. They'll be bundled up against the chilly temperatures, albeit desiring fresh air after 245 days in space.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty long there. It's like 7-8 months in the International Space Station, but at least finally the crew's finally able to celebrate Christmas on Earth, after a bit of hard work in the International Space Station. So
for a 2-hour flight back to the
yeah.
staging city of Karaganda, Kazakhstan. Jonny Kim will board a NASA jet for a flight back to the Johnson Space Center, while Sergey Ryzhikov and Alexey Zubritsky board a Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center jet to fly back to their training base and their home in Star City, Russia, outside of Moscow.
Yeah, so basically that's that. Sergey Ryzhikov and also Alexey Zubritsky will be back to the Star City, to their training base center, while the Jonny Kim will be back to the uh, to the Johnson Space Center, if I remember correctly. Also the same place where the mission control actually also located right now. So basically that's that. We'll be boarding for the plane after this. But of course there's going to be a little bit of medical checkup and whatnot by the doctors specifically trained for this space condition, because if I remember, there is also some some medical term related to this phenomenon, but yeah, I'm not going to pretend I know everything about the medical stuff. I'm not going to do that unless I know certain little bit interesting facts. But other than that, I'm you need to know I'm not a real doctor, even though maybe someday I might have PhD, but I'm still not a medical doctor. I'll just have that PhD doctorate, not the medical doctor. So don't ask me for medical advice. I don't have that answer. Okay, if you want to do that, you might as well just ask any qualified medical profession out there, or especially if you have any family members that might also happens to be in this medical field, you can ask them instead. Okay, so that's that. So, and also why do I tell this is that because I want you to be
of the deorbit burn. That was nominal, a 4-minute, 42-second retrograde braking maneuver,
All right.
enabling the Soyuz to begin its
So yeah, for today, Rob Navias actually commentate for this mission on behalf of the NASA communications there. So yeah, I mean he's a pretty family voices. So every time I hear his voice, I already have some set of expectation. This is not just some random person. This is really qualified person to talk about this. so that's why. Yeah, so you can say that 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 partially partially this is my influence. Where do I get my launch commentary voices, and sometimes also for this one. But hopefully soon, a little bit unrelated tangent side, hopefully soon I can cover the sounding rocket one. that one is also very interesting. Okay, so this is, you can see once again the Soyuz deorbit and also re-entry and also entry chart there. You can see there's braking impulse after that, departing from the International Space Station around 2 minutes after undocking, and then module separation we've already saw
Everything is fine on board.
around T plus
We have less than
1900
minutes.
seconds, and then altitude
Still
is it 190 kilometers like that, and then the rest of it
eligible, and
you can
we are till
hear it.
separation, and we're going to be closing devices in about 5 minutes. Copy. Favore. 12 minutes till separation.
Oh, okay. So they are going to closing devices. I suppose the devices inside the descent module for the safety, I believe so. Could be
Go
it.
ahead. Favore.
Or devices, what they meant is the helmet devices. Yeah, there's another kind of that, because it doesn't make any sense if they just close the windows. I mean the windows itself, or as long the window is actually built pretty well, with few layers in between of the glasses, the outer and also middle and layer inner glasses, it should be fine, the windows. So I believe what they said about the visor is the helmet visor, the astronaut helmet visor. So I believe this is what they refer to.
Last message, and that there will be about 12 minutes till separation.
All right, so we are still hearing the
comprehensive report as Sergey Ryzhikov, the Soyuz commander, talked to Sergey Svechkov aboard the International Space Station, as well as the flight control team in Korolyov that you see there in this live view from a balcony camera.
Yeah. So this is what they call this as the balcony camera view here. Yeah, that's why. This is the as full as we can get.
Expected time of the module separation, the pyrotechnic separation of the three sections of the Soyuz, enabling the descent module, in which the crew is strapped into their respective seats, to be facing the direction of travel, with the heat shield repelling the buildup of heat and plasma as the Soyuz makes its way through the denser portion of the Earth's atmosphere, heading for its landing site. We are expecting touchdown.
Okay, so
11:03 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time.
Okay, so basically
36 minutes from now.
Okay, 36 minutes from now, we're going to see the landing. And like it says, when it separates, it uses the pyrotechnic separation. Pyrotechnic is basically like the explosive method of explosive discharge method to separate something else, but could be something to do related to the bolt. Usually whenever in the rocketry terms, usually it refers to the explosive bolt. The pyrotechnic technique separates between this between the module, and especially most familiar is that if you hear the firing separation, that something also can be either these two can be can be the pyrotechnic, the old method that we hear right now, old but still trusted method, or the second method, still newer but a bit safer method of separation is the pneumatic separation. I mean, there is still like some thump and bump here and there, but at least not as not n- not not much, at least not as much worse as
This is
the
Mission Control Houston.
pyrotechnic one.
The
Okay.
three returning crew members, NASA's Jonny Kim and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey Ryzhikov and Alexey Zubritsky, are currently about 9 minutes away from the next milestone on the road back to Earth, that being the pyrotechnic separation of the three sections of the Soyuz spacecraft, and some 34 minutes away from their touchdown on the steppe of Kazakhstan on a parachute-assisted landing that is anticipated at 11:03 and 55 seconds p.m. Central
Okay,
Time,
so
which is
once more, I
10:03
need to
and 55 seconds p.m.
reiterate.
Kazakhstan time
There's three people
Tuesday.
here in the crew mission.
It is about 2
On
hours
the
and
left
6
side
minutes
is
after
the Jonny
sunrise
Kim.
at the landing
On
site.
the middle side is the Sergey uh, Ryzhikov. Ryzhikov, if I try to pronounce, and on the right side is the um how, how, because I forgot a little bit. Never mind. It's Alexey Zubritsky. Yeah. So so here we go. I've already uh, remember back after momentarily forget, or maybe some of you will say I forgot, something like that. But here you go. Here is the real time map right now. Where it passes right now in between. Right now it passes in the continent of Africa there.
With the departure of the
Okay.
Soyuz vehicle with
And then soon after that you can see
heading
there's
to
Middle
7:41
East,
and 30
and
seconds
then
p.m. Central Time this evening.
it will go around, and after that it will re-enter and finally will land in the Kazakh steppe there, basically near the G Kaigan, if I remember correctly. How I don't know, because it's a bit tricky try to pronounce it, but just so you know, it's best it's around the Kazakh steppe in the Kazakhstan. Pretty pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? So that's that. Mm. So here you go. Maybe I'll open music here. Oh yeah, I've already opened. Okay, and as usual, this is the Russian Mission Control Center, aka the Korolev Mission Control Center, or Kolyov Mission Control Center, whatever you want to call it. Um, located located near around the Moscow, Russia. There, you can see this is the balcony camera view. Okay, and yeah, we are still focusing around here. What you can see around the mission control and what's on, and then after that, yeah, how do I say it? This is a little bit of how do I even what do I want to say previously. So you need to remember that at the end of the day, I'm not a medical doctor. Yeah, when this is continuation to what I said about a bit about the space medical facts or whatever is it, but again, don't treat what I'm saying as the medical advice. I'm not a medical doctor. Even if someday I took PhD, I'm still not a medical doctor. And you need to know, medical doctor is pretty, it doesn't matter, even the nurse itself, that one is pretty time consuming, and also
30 minutes away from our anticipated touchdown of the Soyuz MS-27 on the steppe of Kazakhstan. The Russian Mi-8 helicopters
okay, about 30
are
minutes
airborne
before
from the
touchdown
airfield
and landing.
heading toward the landing site. They will arrive in the vicinity of the landing site shortly before the Soyuz does, forming a racetrack pattern around the site itself so that they have a clear view of the Soyuz under its orange and white main parachute. prior to touchdown, at which point the helicopters will begin to descend fairly rapidly in sequential fashion to allow the technicians from RSC Energia, the search and recovery teams,
Mhm.
to begin the work to make sure the vehicle is safe and to begin the process of extracting the crew one by one.
All right. So like why I said at the end of the day, I'm not a medical doctor. Okay, even if I get my PhD at some point I'm just a PhD doctorate, not a medical doctorate. So don't ask me that much. And you need to know that this medical doctor, especially the medical fields, this one is pretty task consuming. You also and also time consuming, and you need to know every single facts about medical stuff, you know, what's the causes of the what's the symptoms, how do you treat it, and what's on. So this is not something you can take pretty okay. This is not something you can take pretty likely. So that's why even though I'm interested, sometimes I can be a bit interested with medical fact stuff, but I'm not a medical advice. But I don't know. But I basically know jack nothing about about the real treatment and what's on. So please, if you have any family members and what's on, or maybe you know someone's, maybe your friends and whatnot, or even some reliable doctors and nurses out there that can
We're
give
about
you medical
20 and a half
advice,
minutes
just
away
talk to
from the
them instead.
anticipated
Okay,
landing of the
so
Soyuz
that's that.
MS-27. Everything in good shape.
So
3 minutes
you
away
hear
from the module
a
separation.
little bit
That'll
of
be the next milestone that will
a
be
little bit of
awaiting
garbled
to
communication,
receive
but it's
telemetry on.
fine. Okay, around 3 minutes away from the modules separation. Okay, so here you go. We are almost near. Okay, so now there's another animation switch up here.
Moscow, Favore. We started the separation program. We have controlled descent.
Okay, they will start the
We have automatic
separation
descent mode.
module. Okay, so now
We hope
in the
for
automatic mode,
everything is fine on board.
because of course, because it's a
Here
bit
you
hard
have.
trying to do this manually. I mean, you can try do
We
that, but
started separation program. We are ready for separation and everything is fine on board.
okay, the
We all
automated separation
continue
program has already
running
commenced
telemetry.
and getting ready for the automatic separation, because you know technically you can do this inside this Soyuz spacecraft technically, but there is a big problem if you try to do that. Even if you try to detach it a little bit earlier, your spacecraft, it can in this case I believe it can overshoot the landing site. So so that's why the precision is pretty important, you know. At the end of the day, remember about this orbital mechanic stuff. Okay, you need to remember some space equation as well. when you, when you make things lighter, of course it's going to overshoot. Okay, overshoot from the landing site, and it's going to be much more painful for the SAR team, the search and rescue team, to locate where this where are those crew, right, at that point. Okay, and I need to remind you again that on the first module, the orbital module, and also the third module, the propulsion module with,
Module
you see,
separation, which is imminent here.
with the
Occurs at an
solar
altitude
panel,
of
that one will be
87
fully
miles.
separated from the descent module, and that one will be destructively re-enters back to Earth, and obviously not going to be recovered. And you can see there's another chart going up. Okay, and looks like we have the orbital module, and also propulsion module already separated, and now the program is going in, and now the descent module, where the three crews right now in, looks like they are on the way finally going back to the Earth. And here you go.
So
It
the
it's
descent
actually
module
separated
is
around.
strapped into their respective seats, now
Yeah,
flying
it's
free
it's
of the
separated
emergency
around
brakes.
in between the
The
uh,
shield on the
yeah,
descent
around in
module
between the
crew is
Middle
designed for
East and
fixing
also
the
the North
direction of travel.
Africa. So that's that's
We
it.
are less
And you
than
can
3
see
minutes
this is
away
the
from the vehicle and the crew
another view here.
reaching the
This is the
first
diesel
traces
module,
of the
and
Earth's
of course it's
atmosphere.
going to use imperial systems, imperial measurement systems like
Time
that.
to
So
touchdown,
I don't know how
21
to
minutes, 45
properly
seconds.
translate this, but it should be. But in terms of cubic meters, I believe it should be around. Mm, should be around 40 or 50 40 or 50 plus cubic meters inside there. Not bad at all. Not really super duper spacious, but just enough, you can say. So you can see there's on the right side there, right top side, there's already there's there's already program animations there. Okay, so this is a pretty non-sound there. If you hear that dot 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 something like that, that's a pretty non-sound there. Everyone that's basically follows with this Soyuz mission, the main mission here already know that's a pretty familiar sounds there. Okay, and now still go.
This is the point at
Okay,
which
so the altitude
communication between Soyuz
on the
will
first
be choppy
on the decent
and sporadic.
module is around
Then the vehicle
105
begins what is
kilometers.
called entry interface at an
Okay,
altitude of
and then sooner than
1.4
later,
miles.
pretty soon it's going to
The
be going
ionization of plasma
going back.
around the vehicle will begin
Finally,
after
will
several
be
minutes.
crossing
Thus, blocking
back from
communication for
the
the most
Karman
part.
line, officially no longer in space, at least
Proceeding now
internationally
till touchdown.
defined. Okay, so now already passing back down from the Karman line, officially now going back down from the space, but at least from the US space definition standard there. From the US space definition, this is still in space. This space, at least for the US, will be defined around 80 kilometers or around 16 miles. 16 miles for you guys actually still bother using imperial system. Okay, for the Karman line, it started around the 100 kilometers, aka the 80 miles. For you guys still borders using imperial system, but that's that. Okay, on the US defined space line, still in space technically. Okay, right now the altitude of this decent module is 86, yeah, 86 kilometers, and still counting down. And by now it should be plasma reentry heat shield, should be the plasma uh, accumulation burn here, because of course whenever it re-enters back to Earth, it's pretty fast, around the 20,000 plus kilometers per seconds. Sorry, 20,000 plus kilometers per hours. What I'm saying. Okay, and now already going down from the US defined space boundary. Now, fully going back. Okay, and now you can see the plasma entry burn there. That one is super duper fast entry burn. Usually around 20,000 plus, or should be around 18,000 plus kilometers per hours right now.
Central Houston, less than
Around the
21
hypersonic
minutes
area,
from
around
the anticipated
uh,
landing of the
how
Soyuz
do I say,
MS-27
Mach
on the steppe of
10,
Kazakhstan, a
11 like that.
parachute-assisted
So
launch.
pretty fast.
This
That's
brings
or
Jonny Kim
Mach at
and his
something like that.
Roscosmos
So pretty
cosmonauts,
fast.
Sergey
Okay,
Ryzhikov
so
and Alexey Zubritsky,
that's why the communication is pretty
all
garbled
of
here
the
and there.
events throughout the course of the afternoon and evening have gone perfectly.
Okay, it's going pretty
The
perfectly here so
entry
far.
interface has been reached.
Okay, entry interface has already been reached. All right.
This is the area of peak heating on
Okay,
the
area of
descent
peak
module,
heating,
with the
apparently.
heat shield obviously repelling that heat. The vehicle and the crew on board should be exiting that plasma regime in about 3.5 minutes.
Okay, 65 kilometers of altitude of the crew of the crew descent module there. All right. And usually, even though it's reentry like this, usually it has a little bit of some gliding capability per se here. So yeah, that's still okay to go. Okay, now on the 60 kilometers of altitude of this crew descent module, pretty fiery hot there, and of course it's disrupting the radio communication, but so far so good. As long we still can slightly hear that the crew is still pretty healthy so far, so good. All right.
Jonny Kim and Alexey Zubritsky coming home, completing
55 kilometers
into space,
of
respectively.
altitude right now.
245 days in space, 3,920 orbits of the Earth, a journey of almost 104 million statute miles. For Sergey Ryzhikov, this is the completion of his third flight into space.
And of course, because it has to follow a little bit of the, how do I say, the orbital pathway. So of course you see a little bit of like curve there. That's why. But at this point, even though this is something like this happens, it should be able to steer it one by one to the landing site here.
This is a low resolution view from the landing site, showing
okay, low resolution view of the landing site, apparently.
This is courtesy of Roscosmos. We will be getting
okay, possibly a drone shot as well. Could be.
Descent, but again,
you can see there's a truck there, like I mentioned earlier. Okay.
Snow on the ground, not considerable amount of snow.
Okay.
But a drone shot of some of the all-terrain vehicles that are
yeah, a drone shot.
Rosaviatsa search and recovery forces.
So that's that. Here we go. Still view. And already past the 44 kilometers of altitude of the crew descent module there. And by now, should the peak heating should have already long passed by now. And the crew should be safe at this point. All right. Okay, so I've already opened the music because it can be a little bit boring, yeah? Alright, so that's that. That's pretty interesting. The peak heating should have already done by this point. And we shall hear the communication soon by the...
We're at the point of the entry.
We shall...
maximum G loads of about 4 to 5 Gs beginning to build up on the crew.
Okay.
About 20 miles in altitude.
And of course, as the atmosphere, as it travels into the much more thicker and thicker of the thicker and thicker atmospheric layer, of course, it's the build up will happen 4 to 5 Gs. That's pretty much a bit how the fighter jet pilots actually also experience whenever they pilot the planes itself. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we hear the familiar sound. Familiar sound there. A bit Soyuz beep. 26 kilometers already passed of the crew descent module there. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of chart there, how it works, and you can see there's even infographic, additional infographic already already appears, and we shall see the either drone shot or the ground view, or maybe even helicopter view at some points of this landing soon. We shall see. But before that, we shall see. First will be the drop chute. Drop chute already should be the drop chute opening up, and after the drop chute, main parachute will be opened. The drop chute is pretty small. Okay, you can see there's like the drop chute will deploy first, alongside with the main parachute. But after that, after the main parachutes getting bigger and bigger, and then after that the descent, and then the drop chute, the smaller parachute there would be separated, and then there's the mission. You can see the familiar orange and white parachute there. Okay, so there's another additional animation. It's already opening up the upper cap there to so it can get ready for the okay, the drop and also main parachute already open and getting ready for the main parachute to be open up expandedly, and then the drop chute, the smaller parachute, will be separated from the main parachute. We shall see. Oh, okay. So another deployment stuff. So the first is the drop chute. Drop chute, including this smallest and also small drop chute, and then later on it opens up the main parachute, the bigger one. So yeah, I stand corrected. Okay. Okay, and also after that would be the um, bottom plate of the Soyuz, no longer needed, because of course that one is initially only for the only to protect the crew from the atmospheric entry heating, this plasma, very hot plasma entry that could have just destructively destroys the spacecraft had it not installed. So this is no longer needed.
This is Mission Control Houston.
And we
Less
might
than
see
13
the
minutes before touchdown. We're standing by for confirmation of the deployment of the chutes.
okay, less than 13 minutes before touchdown. Let's also hear for the confirmation, and then after that, after some points, after the crew finally already out from the descent module, maybe after they're finally relaxing, sitting a little bit, maybe we'll also going to end the stream as soon as possible, because yeah, after that there's not much else we can discuss in between here and there.
All of the descent events for the Soyuz and its 3 crew members have gone normally.
Yeah.
Again, we are standing by for confirmation of a nominal chute deploy.
Yeah, so there's that. So there's nothing else. A little bit boring here, so I've already opened the music. Okay.
The parachutes should have deployed by now, and we are expecting confirmation of that momentarily.
Okay, so getting ready.
Communications, as expected, somewhat sporadic between the Soyuz and the Antonov 26 at the landing site, that is the Flying Command and Relay Station, sending back communications and telemetry to the flight control team that you see there in the Russian Mission Control Center.
All right, so that's that. What we need to hear. So basically, Antonov 26 plan is there just to relay the communication between the crew, descent module, and also to the mission control center there. Back to the to the core left mission control, and also Johnson's space mission control, or Johnson Space Center, whatever is it. Okay, so looks like it's already opened up fully. Okay, and let's see if we can see any kind of how do I say,
This is Mission Control Houston.
view,
We have received
visual.
information from the Russian Control Center that the Antonov 26 at the landing site has visual confirmation of the Soyuz under its large orange and white main chute.
Okay, visual confirmation. So waiting for the live video right now.
The Soyuz is now descending under its parachute, 9.5 minutes until touchdown.
All right, so that's a good news. We want to see that. Okay, get ready. 9.5 minutes, basically 9 minutes and 30 seconds before touchdown. Okay, so this is the drone view. Okay, so here we go. So here we go. Okay, so this is the low resolution.
This view of the landing site from a
Okay,
drone,
but still okay.
Roscosmos, as it pans the area of the landing site. Again, we did receive confirmation that the Soyuz is descending under its main parachute. Everything appears to be going nominally, with 8.5 minutes to go until touchdown.
Okay, 8.5 minutes, 8 minutes and 30 seconds before touchdown. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is the visual view here. Yes, yes, here we go. Even though it's a bit cloudy, okay, and we hear the Soyuz iconic beeping there. We also already confirmed there. You guys shall be able to see the silhouette there. So silhouette view from the due to the obscurity by the cloud cover there. You know, because light, snow, why not?
And a view from an aerial drone of some of the all-terrain vehicles.
Okay, so it looks like we have a slightly improved visual there. Fortunately, even okay, 3.5 kilometers of altitude. Okay, and if you notice, even the Roscosmos logo there already changed, so it doesn't look too stretched there. So good news.
To bring Jonny Kim, Sergey Ryzhikov, and Alexey Zubritsky back to Earth after 245 days in space.
Yeah, something like that. You hear there. That's pretty iconic Soyuz beep there. Okay, 7 minutes before until touchdown. Okay, still on the way.
ISS, favore, высота 3000.
3000 altitude.
Okay, 3 kilometers of altitude.
What about the wind? 340 degrees.
Okay. Okay, the wind is 340 degrees, but should be okay.
With the Antonov fixed-wing aircraft, the Russian Mi-8 helicopters now in a racetrack pattern around the landing site, as we are less than 6 minutes away from anticipated touchdown.
All right, so that's what we want to hear. Less than 6 minutes.
Cannot reach my
Oh.
Try to make a, like, how to say, like a drink of water.
I tried.
Now pressure equalization, so yeah, soon would be nice.
So it's another one. We shall see. Okay, another beep.
Now, just 5 minutes away from touchdown.
Okay, 5
This
minutes
view
before
of one of the
touchdown.
all-terrain vehicles, part of the complement of vehicles supporting the recovery of the Soyuz MS-27 crew, just minutes away from touchdown.
All right.
Текущая высота 2000, поворы.
2000 is the current altitude.
Okay, 2 kilometers of altitude left. Right now, I mean, sorry, 2 kilometers of altitude of the crew descent module. Yeah, so correction. So
The Soyuz about 2 kilometers above the ground. There is a voice contact between the search and recovery forces and the spacecraft. Everything looking good. 4 minutes until touchdown.
okay, 4 minutes before touchdown. So we can see. We still see the truck still going on for the recovery mission.
Так, еще раз подтянемся, еще раз проверим на коленнички.
One more time, check your knee pads.
ПСС, фаворы, высота 1500.
All tightened. The altitude right now is 1500.
Johnny? Yes. A little bit tight, yeah.
Okay, so still going on. All right. Okay. Okay, so shouldn't be too long.
Being provided by
Could be
Roscosmos. This
Could be
again,
around 3
drone
minutes
video.
or less from now
Two
before
all-terrain
the
vehicles
touchdown.
moving into position near the
So we can
expected
see.
touchdown point.
It's
Подходит 1000 метров.
cloudy. I don't see you just yet. What's the altitude? Close to 1000. Copy.
So about
Okay,
1,000
1
meters
kilometers
above the ground now,
altitude.
according to the report from Sergey Ryzhikov. The Russian Mi-8 helicopters are in position, flying over the landing site, as is the Antonov 26 fixed-wing
Check the
aircraft.
clock, please.
Отлично.
Okay.
Объект наблюдаем.
Excellent.
ПСС, фаворы, высота 800. Кислород стравился.
800 altitude.
Okay, 800 meters.
We'll report you the status after landing about the tanks.
Okay, 800 meters of altitude of the crew descent modules. Okay, now 700 meters.
The crew,
Okay, now
being
700 meters
instructed to brace
of
for
altitude.
landing.
Get ready. And then after that, usually when before it finally fully touched down, like how do I say, like a little bit of cushion to provide it. Usually it will fire a small solid rocket boosters, yeah, very small one, on the bottom side of the crew descent module. So it will ignite ignite just a little bit of seconds.
Don't token.
Yeah, it will ignite a little bit of the solid rocket boosters there just to slow down the Soyuz crew descent module there. But it can be a little bit hard before full landing. Then after that, it will be okay, and then it should come to stop, and the crew will be rescued by this ground mission there. So here, so the crew should be rescued by the ground mission, by the ground search and rescue team effort here. So we might see there. Yeah, I have to do a little bit of word repetition because well, because the stream momentarily dropped, but it should be fine. Okay, let's see. Where's the what's the altitude? And basically, even the ground control already says you don't have to talk anything. Just be ready for the landing, as we have heard like few hours. Sorry, few seconds before. So that's that.
Did you copy?
Okay, so the coordinates landing already being said here and there. So we can see.
Do you see the arrow? It turned. It's to the left.
Okay, so looks like they need to.
Coordinates 47, 22, 69, 43.
Okay, maybe already landed, because oh, that's what I've already heard right now. Should be it.
I see it. I turn to the right.
Okay, should be it. Or maybe they just want to pinpoint where's the crew currently, or whatever. I mean, it's a bit hard trying to figure out where is it right now, but should be okay, I suppose, to around this time. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't have much comment here because right now not many informations here to provide right now, as the ground search and rescue, and also everyone, even in the airborne, still looking.
To the rescue aircraft.
Oh, sorry.
Second to one.
Okay. Rescue aircraft looks like deployed. Okay. Second to one. Okay. Getting ready to.
This is Mission Control Houston. Although we did not see the landing itself, the search and recovery forces called out landing coordinates. And from that, we have informed the flight director here in Mission Control that the Soyuz MS-27 has in fact landed.
Okay, already landed. So
landing time 11:03 and 30 seconds p.m.
Okay, so already landed. So maybe if you see a little bit of speck of dust there, that one is the solid rocket boosters, small solid rocket boosters on the bottom of the descent crew module there, already ignite. And yeah, it's already stopped, and now getting ready for the search and rescue team to finally recover them. Recover these 3 crews back safely.
Soyuz MS-27 has landed. It was a nominal entry.
Okay, nominal. Looks like already good.
Unofficial landing time 11:03 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time, 12:03 and 30 seconds a.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, so that's at least the unofficial landing time, but for now, we can be a little bit.
Ready to copy and to transmit.
We can be a little bit of waiting here before we have full official landing time there. Okay, so
697 is here. Ready to copy. Nothing to transmit just yet. I have the coordinates that you have relayed.
all right. So not much else to transmit yet, but the coordinates already been pinpointed and relayed back.
Cosmos to 429.
All right.
So, Jonny Kim, Sergey Ryzhikov, and Alexey Zubritsky are home for the holidays after 245 days in space.
All right.
Having landed 91 miles to the southeast of the town of Jezkazgan, and there you see
Okay,
on the
so
front screen of the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov the Russian words "Есть посадка." They've landed.
yes, okay, so apparently they have
All
already
of the
landed.
evening's events, from hatch closure to undocking to the deorbit burn,
Already landed,
rocketry
so basically like
activities,
that.
and landing went by the book
So
to bring to an end
we
this
can hear it.
245-day mission spanning almost 104 million statute miles.
Okay, so a little bit of no data, but it's still fine. Yeah. And let's see if we have any visual crew of the visual view of the crew already landed. So we shall see. Shall see that soon. So let's be a little bit patient. And this is a little bit of momentarily boring part. So maybe I open music, and I'm not going to talk that much. So I'm going to rest a little bit from talking. So yeah, thank you so much, and we'll be back again soon.
The all-terrain vehicles, including one that contains the ground-based television cameras and their operators, are in the process of making their way toward the spacecraft. Hopefully within a few minutes, they'll reestablish that television view with the search and recovery teams surrounding the capsule, beginning the work to extract the vehicle. The crew inside the vehicle in the descent module, Jonny Kim strapped into the right seat of the descent module, in the middle seat Sergey Ryzhikov, the Soyuz commander, and in the left seat Alexey Zubritsky, having completed their 245-day mission, with a landing at 11:03 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time, 12:03 and 30 seconds a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday morning. Once again, this view from Roscosmos television showing basically a sweeping pan of the landing site. We did not see the touchdown itself because of the cloudy conditions, but the search and recovery forces did confirm the landing coordinates and confirmed an approximate landing time of 11:03 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time, 12:03 and 30 seconds a.m. Eastern Time. And there you see some of the Russian Mi-8 helicopters that are flying and descending in sequential fashion to assist in the recovery of the three crew members. The work now will involve the extraction of the three crew members from the descent module. They'll be placed in chairs right by the capsule to allow themselves a few minutes of regaining their land legs and equilibrium. They then will be brought in each of their chairs into a nearby inflatable medical tent to remove their Sokol launch and entry suits, get into more comfortable clothing, and then in turn be brought back to three awaiting helicopters, one for each crew member, that will take them on a 2-hour flight back to the staging city in Karaganda to the northeast. Jonny Kim will board a NASA plane bound back to the Johnson Space Center in Houston, while Ryzhikov and Zubritsky board a Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center aircraft for a flight back to their training base in Star City, Russia, outside of Moscow. This is Mission Control Houston. Once again, you're looking at a wide view of the landing site in Kazakhstan, to the southeast of the town of Zhezkazgan, where the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft and its 3 occupants, NASA's Jonny Kim and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergey Ryzhikov and Alexey Zubritsky, landed at 11:03 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time, 12:03 and 30 seconds a.m. Eastern Time, to complete a 245-day mission aboard the International Space Station. All of the entry and landing activities went perfectly. There were very cloudy conditions at the landing site that prevented us from actually seeing the Soyuz descending under its main parachute or the touchdown itself. But the verbal words from the search and recovery forces flying overhead indicated that they had voice contact as well as visual contact of the Soyuz under the chutes, and confirmed the touchdown coordinates that indicated that the touchdown occurred as planned at 11:03 p.m. Central Time, 12:03 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. That would have been 10:03 a.m. at the landing site.
Oh, so here we go. This is the visual video of this right now. Okay, this is the live. Yes, yes, finally. Finally. So let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
So the search and recovery forces are there. They will be now working to
Okay, so I've already can close that. So
nearby,
here we
bringing
go.
them into an inflatable medical tent. Again, there's your Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft.
Okay.
Having been pulled over onto its side after touchdown,
Okay, as you can see, the light is still out there. That one is actually for originally for the Soyuz uh for the basically this one is not for ISS. This one is actually more like for just for the identifying only. So you can see there's light there, and you can see there's a bit of like a char burn there from the hypersonic plasma entry burn there. You know the resultant of it. It looks a bit charred there, that there. You know. So here we go.
There is the hatchway at the top of the Soyuz spacecraft. Again,
Alright.
this is not unusual for a Soyuz to be pulled onto its side following touchdown, depending on the weather conditions and the wind.
Oh, okay. So looks like it's sorry. So looks like it's already been pulled out to the side. That one is pretty normal. So they can open the hatch and then finally rescue the crew inside there. And there's going to be 3 crew in total. The first one is the Jonny Kim from NASA. The second one is the Sergey Ryzhikov, if I remember correctly, and also and also um and also Alexey, whatever is it, because my head is a little bit weird. Never mind. Alexey Zubritsky, yeah. So from Roscosmos. So both from Roscosmos, and the only one is from the NASA. So yeah. Okay, so need to do a little bit of cleaning there before they can finally open the hatch door to rescue the crew itself.
International Space Station at 7:41 p.m. Central Time, almost 4 hours ago. Landing about 17 and a half minutes ago at 11:03 p.m. Central Time, 12:03 a.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, and as far as I know, the time is not really that far from here right now. And let's go here. The landing. Okay, so you can see this is the nearest view. You can see there's some side of slight oxidation there because, of course, if there's a little bit of, what do I say, a bit of moisture while it's re-enters, of course, it's still going to a bit oxidized here and there. And it's right now opening the hatch itself using, I assume, a bit of specialized screw there, a specialized screw toolkit to open it up. Okay, and looks like already open. Okay, here we go. And looks like it. We have with astronauts here, has astronaut and cosmonauts here, and here we go. Looks like it. Getting ready for the view. Okay, get ready. We can be a little bit patient, but in the meantime, there's another view here. Let's see who's they are going to pull out first. So yeah, let's see. And of course, it's a bit of not really cordon off, more like a bit like control here. Let's see who's they are going to rescue it first.
Sergey Ryzhikov has just completed the 3rd flight in his career and now has logged a total of 603 days in space. The top hatch is open and members of the technician team peering in to receive flight data file books and to check on the initial condition of the crew before they begin
so the technician team is
chairs
going
that
there
bring
to retrieve
crew
the
to
logbook,
within a
whatever
few
they
minutes
needed.
to gain
And
the
now
land lane
beginning,
track, if you
like it
will.
says,
Those
begins
have been
the
set up
extraction of
a
the
tarpaulin
crews
just outside of the
inside
capsule.
the crew
Crew
this
probably
module
won't
here,
spend very much
the
time in those
capsule here
chairs
there.
because of the cold weather out there. They'll be bundled up before they're brought in to a nearby inflatable medical tent to remove their Sokol launch and entry suits, get into more comfortable clothing, and then receive initial medical testing before they're flown back in 3 individual helicopters, one for each crew member, to Karaganda, Kazakhstan, the staging site for today's landing.
All right, so here we go. Still get ready. Let's see what should be next there. And of course, you guys already hear some of this on. It sounds like a little bit like a trampoline there, but that's pretty normal. Okay, looks like they even open up the sign. They was even funnier. They just put up the, how do I say, the radiation sign. Okay, that one is funny. That one is funny. I don't know. Maybe something to do because it's already going back from space, so the radiation from the dosimeter obviously might tripping up something. Could be because again the cosmic radiation, sun flare radiations too at the same time. So, with the photons, whatever, just hitting the spacecraft. Of course, probably that's why there's like mini check mark that's basically says like, hey, it's slightly radioactive, So I mean it's true though, because especially if you hear about the Airbus A320, some models, if I remember correctly, some of them they because they go to the northern hemisphere side, because there's most of the that's some of the
One of the
populations
search and
being there.
recovery
Of course, when
technician
they're going there,
team members
due to the how the Earth's
moved
magnetic
into the upper hatch of the Soyuz
operates,
vehicle,
especially because the Earth
removing some of
usually will
the
be
initial
more.
equipment from the crew,
It will
as
basically
well as
appears a
some of
little
the
bit
flight
like
data
hole
file
on the
books that will
most
be
northern
used
part and
for
also the southern
retrieving
part.
their
So
descent back into
whenever
Earth's
they
atmosphere
want
and their parachutes
whenever
to
the
landing
planes tries to go
on the
there with
state
the
of
Airbus
Kazakhstan.
A320,
That occurred about 28 minutes
it
ago.
tends to fudge a little bit with the instrumentation, with the guidance navigation systems and whatnot. So probably there's also some amount of truth behind the marker, you know. And especially I remember that one time where the Long March 5B rocket booster, it re-enters back into here back in the July 2022 or August 2022. Yeah, I remember that in between this 31st of July or 1st August 2022. It's like, wow. They even I remember the part of the representative, the official crew of the
First of the crew
uh,
members to be
Malaysia
removed.
Malaysia Space Agency, the
Soyuz
MISA.
should be Sergey
They
Ryzhikov from the
they
center
they have to
station of the Soyuz.
they also have to deploy the Department of whatever is it, something to do Department of like atomic energy, if I remember correctly, where they have to deploy it, and they just like they need to check whether or not there's some kind of radiation levels or whatnot. But they said like, hey, it's safe and whatnot. And looks like we have the first
Soyuz commander
Cosmon, we have first crew already out. This is Sergey Ryzhikov there. Yeah, Sergey Ryzhikov already out there from Roscosmos.
on the all-time list.
Okay, so the first already being rescued, this cosmonaut, and getting ready for the second one. Would this be would either this be Jonny Kim or Alexey Zubritsky? We'll see. So you can see they're sitting there, but they are not going to sit for too long because, of course, hypothermia. It's pretty cold outside. With slight with light flurry snow there, with some slight snow you already can see on the ground. It's pretty whitey on the ground surface there. You might be mistaken with the sand with the sandy condition if you're not very familiar with how it looks and how the temperature looks. And looks like this is like the medical officers here checking the pulse of Sergey here. So checking pulse of the left hand on, and obviously there obviously this is a little bit like counseling talk, maybe a little bit asking about, hey, I'm good, and then some conditions whatnot, because you usually when you try to diagnose some patients, at least for this medical officer with this doctor nurse, you really need to be very honest with them, because otherwise how they want to know what's going on with you in general. So that's how they basically works, you know. So this is something also you need to know in mind when you meet your doctor or nurse or maybe even your psychologist at some point. That's how you do. All right. So yeah, for new and existing viewers here, hello and welcome to this stream where we finally already see the module separation, and also something that I didn't go live before that because, well, obviously outside of my control with university stuff, lesson stuff, is the undocking of the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft, and after that, some deorbit burn, modules separation and what's on, and after that uh, landing, parachute opening. We do see a bit of parachutes opening there, but after that, mostly obscured by the cloud cover, the low cloud cover of the snow. And then after that, the landing and touchdown. But this is we didn't see that because it's a bit trickier and harder to look at it. And of course, the hatch opening uh, of the crew descent module there, that which actually brings out the Sergey Ryzhikov there from the Roscosmos. This is the first crew that being rescued out from the capsule itself, from the spacecraft capsule there. And hello again to the new. So hello there to the new and existing viewers there. Welcome again, because we have a little bit more, so why not? And getting ready for the second one.
Arrived at the airport and it started to snow.
All right. So that's that.
It's cold.
Yeah, obviously it's cold. Very, very cold.
Is the tent ready? Will be shortly.
Okay. Should be ready for the tent itself. And
Let's follow the tradition. Not cold? No, not cold.
okay, not cold it says. Wow. Shall see.
So the work continues to extract the other two crew members from the Soyuz.
What about this hat with blue and white? That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so already open up. Already open up the protective, and looks like already been given there. Yeah. So that's fantastic. You can see pretty cool.
attention, please. A short interview.
Okay.
So do I answer to you? Okay.
Okay, so this is a little bit of interview.
Yes.
We are looking on the live right now, live interview. So
Congratulations, everyone, on one more end of a Soyuz vehicle trip. Mission Expedition 73. All tasks completed. The crew are feeling great. Thank you to all the specialists, to all the designers, to everyone involved, to MCC, employees, to scientists, to everyone involved.
all right, so
Thank you to all the families,
here we
and
go.
thank you to you who are greeting us here. How was the landing? It was a soft landing, as always. We tried to turn you. Yes, you did. You did turn us.
Okay, so looks like we are getting ready for the second. Probably that will be out. Could be either these two. Could be Jonny Kim, or could be Alexey Zubritsky. So we'll see.
So you heard a few words, the interpreted words of Sergey Ryzhikov answering a few questions from members of the Russian media at the landing site, saying it was a soft landing and the crew is feeling great. The search and recovery teams, the technicians
Yeah.
still working to extract the other two crew members, Alexey Zubritsky and Jonny Kim.
Right. So looks that. Okay, so we are waiting for the second crew to be out there, and then probably after the interview, we might end this stream as soon as possible because, well, because I do need a little bit of rest and some break here. All right, so get ready. Okay, so here is the second crew getting ready to be extracted out from the descent module there.
Just watch the time. The readings are nominal. Everything is fine.
Okay, readings are nominal.
Snowing for the first time, they say yes.
Nominal anyways. So it looks like still good. Could be like that.
It used to be clear, but for the past 3 days it has been cloudy. When we flew by.
Yeah, so that's that. And yeah, we are still patiently waiting for the second crew to be pulled out here. And as usual, because the signage says it's radiation, because you need to remember this, especially the whole Soyuz spacecraft there, it's already been in space for pretty long. So of course, it's appropriate to just pull out the radiation sign. But although because it's a mini radiation sign, so basically it's like as long as it's not for a prolonged period, it should be good. Yeah, so that's why they can still go near, because the radiation level is nowhere that kind of typical nuclear radiation material there. So that's also good.
One more reading.
The only section of the three
Okay,
sections.
so now they are doing that reading of the blood itself, blood pressure there.
The pyrotechnic separation
Okay,
of the three
for the Sergey Ryzhikov there.
portion of the
So
deorbit burn that enabled the
let's
Soyuz to
see.
drop out of orbit for its 54-minute trip back into the Earth's atmosphere to the landing site.
All right, so that's that. Okay, let's hope for the best. And the slight drop frames. Oh. Are we still good? Okay, still good. And even the readings for Sergey may be also good. Okay, and looks like Sergey already been brought on the way to be brought to the tent itself. So
They're taking him to the tent, and
So-
there's woman here.
so they'll so the cosmonaut and the astronaut will be safe inside there.
Medical tent.
Oh, okay, medical tent. Oh, okay. Oh, members being taken directly into the medical tent, huh? So, is that the second?
Maybe into the tent? No. Traditions are not to be broken. I'll wait for everyone.
Okay, so I assume that one is the second crew. Okay, I'm actually a bit confused here.
Now out of the Soyuz vehicle, you still see Sergey Ryzhikov, the Soyuz commander there. One of the other crew members already inside the medical tent.
Okay, so one of the crew member already inside of the tent. So which means that one is the, if I remember that one is the Alexey Zubritsky. So Alexey Zubritsky were now escorted inside the medical tent. So, and as usual, you can see this is the tradition.
And
Handmade.
Okay, so looks like that one is the
on the scene
is the souvenir.
site,
Yeah, souvenir to the being
stacking doll bearing
yeah
Ryzhikov's
being given to the Sergey
How collection.
Dubritsky.
One
Oh,
of
sorry, not Sergey Dubritsky. Sorry, my mistake. I actually mistaken with the Alexey Dubritsky. Okay, Sergey Ryzhikov. Okay, so that one is the Matryoshka doll, basically basically a stacking doll, which basically starts from big to small, and smaller, and until the smallest doll that they can make. That's why it's Matryoshka. Matryoshka is like a layered amount of doll there. Pretty interesting to play also at the same time. But yeah, but also at the same time it looks interesting too. Okay, so what is this? We are not sure. Let's see, what is that? Mhm. Okay, so what they are doing next year, we shall see. Okay, so this is the third and the final crew that will be pulled out there. Jonny Kim from NASA. Okay, let's see. Let's see next year. Okay, not that long. Okay, getting ready, and we shall see whether or not Jonny Kim will be in the in the medical tent or going outside as per usual tradition. We might see. We'll see which one of these two situations will happen, because that's very interesting. Okay, as you can see, the crew, the personnel still outside there, and also Sergey Ryzhikov still outside of this. not yet going to the medical tent. He said for tradition, he don't want to break those tradition. He said so. He's still here, just doing what he does there. Okay, and the view there. Okay, so here we go. Jonny Kim finally is out. And there's it. There's it. It's already done. Everyone is outside right now. No more inside there. So that's why I'm happy. the because right now they are finally out and safe. So yeah, congratulations to the so here we go, Jonny Kim from the NASA. Okay, so looks like maybe I can say congratulations to Sergey Ryzhikov,
Video first.
Alexey Zubritsky, and also Jonny Kim for finally completing the whole missions here. So that's that. And now looks like the medical doctors and medical officers, maybe even nurse here, currently checking out.
The Soyuz commander, Sergey Ryzhikov, was
Okay, and looks like he's wearing those,
he is
I don't know,
still
maybe
sitting in the
sunglasses
chair.
or whatever is it. Oh yeah, I remember correctly. If I remember,
Alexey
even
Zubritsky
even
was
you as a
taken
human,
directly into
if
the
you
medical tent nearby.
if you
There's NASA
see too
Johnny
much
Kim,
of this
having completed his first flight into space.
saturated white snowy condition, it still can blind you
Now being
in some
brought
ways
into
and
the
other.
medical
So
tent as
that's
well
why
as the capsule top.
he wears those.
In just a
He just
couple of
wants
minutes,
to do some preventative measures. That's why you see some of them using sunglasses, because the white snow view sometimes it can damage your damage the eyes, especially us here that's still not acclimated with that. And you can see the, how do I say?
Ryzhikov
Okay, so Sergey Ryzhikov
fulfilling
writing
a
here.
long-standing Russian tradition by signing his capsule.
Okay, so let's see what does this mean. we'll hear. So Sergey is writing outside of the chalk, writing using the chalk outside of the crew module there. So there's
Signing the
it.
capsule and the date of its landing,
The
December
signing
9th,
of the
Kazakhstan time.
capsules, and also and also already signing off with the signature there, here and there. So that's that. Okay, and we have a little bit of momentary brief loss of signal, but it's okay. It's fine. Okay, and briefly to the view of the Jonny Kim. Okay, we not sure what's happening, but it's okay. It's fine. I'll still open the music. Probably will be good. So yeah, maybe it's better for me to take a break from talking while waiting for the for the next transmission. So that's it.
And another view, courtesy of Roscosmos.
Okay, so looks like they already
showing
viewed
Sergey
here.
Ryzhikov being brought
Okay.
into the inflatable medical tent.
Okay, so now Sergey
Alexey
Ryzhikov
Zubritsky
right now
already in
being
the medical tent.
brought and escorted
And
to
Jonny
the
Kim,
medical tent
having
there,
a few
inflatable,
minutes
of
to
course.
get his
So
land legs back.
he'll go.
Still sitting in the chair nearby the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft that the three crew members landed in some 44 minutes ago.
All right, so okay, so no interview for this, for the second cosmonaut, but however we maybe we'll see if there's any interview for the Jonny Kim. Okay, looks like he's calling to whatever he's very close right now. Probably could be his wife. His wife, if he does have one, or maybe to his family member, maybe to even extended family members. Yeah. So anything
That's another view of
can be
NASA's
it.
Jonny Kim
So That's it. Okay, this is the drone shot view
The Soyuz MS-27 landed
of
at 11:03 p.m.
of the landing site.
Central Time,
Yeah. So
12:03 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday morning, December 9th, 10:03 a.m. Kazakhstan time at the landing site, some 91 miles southeast of the town of Jezkazgan.
okay, so and as far as we know, okay, so it looks like we have the Matryoshka doll for specifically for the Jonny Kim. So here we go. So here's the view, and he's obviously smiling and photographed for this occasion. And let's see if we can get if we might have any kind of interview. So that's that. Okay, I've already opened the music because nothing else. Okay. Okay, looks like no interview, but so far so good. Okay, and now he's being escorted. Jonny Kim being escorted and to the inflatable medical tent there. So let's see.
Right there in the foreground is Dina Contella, who's the deputy program manager for the International Space Station program.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go.
So all three crew members now inside that inflatable medical tent. They will be helped out of their Sokol launch and entry suits into more comfortable clothing. And we'll have an opportunity to be brought to
Sokol launch and entry suits.
Russian
Okay.
helicopters, one for
Okay,
each crew
from
member,
their Sokol launch and entry suits into the much more comfortable outfit for them, as they will be also ready to go back to their respective places. Like for example,
while Alexey Zubritsky and Sergey Ryzhikov board a Gagarin cosmonaut training center aircraft to fly back to their training base in Star City outside of Moscow.
Okay, so as you can hear, the Sergey Ryzhikov and also Alexey Zubritsky will be going back to the Star City outside of Moscow, going to the Gagarin Board Training Center, while the Jonny Kim will be back with his NASA team on board the NASA jet, going back to the Johnson Space Center there, back in the Houston, Texas, US there, United States. So that's that. Should be concluding our stream for now. Let's see.
They are home for the holidays, back on Earth after 245 days in space.
Wow, 245 days. That's crazy. Even for me, it's like
holidays throughout the month of December and beyond.
Okay, around 6, 7, 8 months like that. Wow, that's pretty crazy.
NASA.gov and all the other NASA platforms. But for now, we'll sign off. This is Mission Control, Houston.
Okay, so already signing off from the NASA. So here we go. So that's it. Already end. And yeah. And thank you so much everyone for watching this stream. Yeah, we have already witnessed the entry of the crew descent module after it's separated from two others no longer important module rolled there for the re-entry. This orbital module and also the propulsion module. and then afterward, most of the time we don't see that much action other than telemetry confirmation and whatnot. But what do we actually know is that we also saw we also briefly saw the parachute deploys, but parachute, especially the drop chute, if I remember, or parachute, if I remember, in between these two. But after that we don't see much of the touchdown and landing. That we didn't see because of the weather condition, especially the snowy weather condition. But we did, however, actually also witness the hatch opening, and also all of the three crews already finding out. The first one is NASA astronaut Jonny Kim, and two Roscosmos cosmonauts, Sergey Ryzhikov, and also Alexey Zubritsky. So we already saw that, and also especially the main highlight is that you do see the Sergey Ryzhikov actually does a bit of interview, still does with the traditions by signing off to the spacecraft, and also doing some interview, and the rest of it, the rest of two, and also himself also goes to the medical tent. And also we also saw 2 out of 3 one astronaut and one cosmonaut being given the Matryoshka doll souvenir of themselves from the Russian crew side there. But yeah, that's all, everybody. I don't think that's all I can say that much. That's already concluding the mission. And also something that we didn't watch, of course, is the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft undocking from the space station, because of course this is because it really clashed with me going to class and whatnot. So unfortunately that didn't happen. But however, what will happen next is that we are going to, if my time is correct, we shall see soon for the NRL 77 launches onboarding the Falcon 9. That one is a pretty classified payload inside there, so the only best thing we can do is just commentate of the rocket itself rather than payload. Or maybe even if we can talk about payload, whatever information I know, that's the only thing that I can say. But the rest of it is what it is. That's the only information even I myself and you guys out there only knows about this about the spy satellite, the reconnaissance satellite for the National Reconnaissance Office for United States, So that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We shall see you soon in around 13 hours and around 13 hours and 13 hours and 2 minutes from now. We're going to see that soon. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. See ya and take care, everybody. Bye bye. Oh oh, I got a bit mistaken, but it's okay, because I tried to look at the reference from the next space flight. So that's what I meant here. And also for this week, probably I might also going to stream. I don't know about this one. If there's no stream, I'm not going to stream. But however, if it does, I might stream. And also for this one, this unknown payload, the Long March 12, probably I'll go stream. But definitely it will be the Race and Shine mission. Continuation from the failed Race 3 missions. This one is for the Race 4. Okay, this is basically a reflight from the Race 3. So this one will primarily yeah, this will primarily will launch the race spacecraft there. Okay, it will primarily launch for the race spacecraft for the mission. So that's that. That's what I'm going to be able to stream. Okay, for the Amazon Leo, probably probably not be able to stream, or maybe I can stream. We shall see. If we are lucky, maybe we can stream. But if we are not, well, whatever. As long we try. But most of the time, we might try. And also for the Electro L number 5 mission, might be stream too. But as long there is still live stream, I will try. It's because yeah, this one, and also the Galileo FOC flight mission 33 and 34, basically Europe's GPS. Also, I'll try stream. And for this Spacewood mission, for this 100 nano maiden flight from the Alcantara Launch Center located in the state of Maranhão, Brazil. Also, I'll try to stream this too. And the NS-37, the New Shepard mission 37, this one, maybe I'll try stream or maybe not, depending on how suitable the time is it. Maybe I can try, maybe I can't. Cannot 100% guarantee. For the Bluebird, for the Bluebird mission, Bluebird Block 2 flight mission 1, if I remember, I sort of can try stream that or not. Yeah, unfortunately, looking from the date, it's not really. I can't. That's on Saturday, so I cannot stream this unless they change that time to, I don't know, maybe even Sunday. If they change it to Sunday or anything outside of Saturday, outside of the Saturday night, and also before Friday night, I might be able, but otherwise I can't. Yeah, need to go to church and some and whatnot, and need to take a little bit of rest. Okay. And also for this mission on the Christmas day, the EOS-91 and others mission here, onboarding the PSLV rockets. Maybe I can try to stream this around this time. 25 December is on Thursday in my local time, so yeah, so I can try stream these two. But that's it. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and see you for the less than 13 hours from now of the NRL-77 launches, onboarding the Falcon 9 rockets. So that's all, everybody. Thank you so much and take care. Bye bye. And obviously, you don't have. There's nothing else I can talk here. So, so what else? So that's it. Bye bye. Take care. And I'm not going to abruptly end this myself. So I'll be counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's it, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.